morning, and thank you for once again allowing me to share these moments with you at the beginning of this new day. So we're looking at Jesus' Sermon on the Mount and what it is that he teaches about living our lives today as citizens of the coming kingdom of God. In particular, we want to look at Matthew 5, verses 21 and 22 and 27 and 28, where Jesus says, "You have heard that the ancients were told, 'You shall not commit murder, and whoever commits murder shall be liable to the court.' But I say to you that everyone who is angry with his brother shall be guilty before the court, and whoever says to his brother, 'You good for nothing,' shall be guilty before the Supreme Court, and whoever says, 'You fool,' shall be guilty enough to go into the fiery hell. You have heard that it was said, 'You shall not commit adultery.' But I say to you that everyone who looks at a woman with lust for her has already committed adultery with her in his heart." Controlling our actions is one thing. Controlling our thoughts, that's something far more difficult. We can physically discipline ourselves not to do certain things or to go in certain ways, but the battle for the mind is especially difficult. Now, the general view of God's laws is that they're all about externals. But Jesus in the Sermon on the Mount clarified that they really are matters of the heart and the mind. And there can be a great divorce between what it is that we do and what it is that we think, as Jesus pointed out to the religious leaders of the day, as he quoted from Isaiah the prophet in saying that this people honors me with their lips, but their heart is far from me. Matthew 15, verse 8, quoting Isaiah 29, verse 13. So the ideal is that our acts of devotion and worship to God through Jesus would be in harmony with how it is that we think. But how, in practical terms, is this really done? And as one who struggles as much as anyone, I want to humbly submit some thoughts to consider, even as I consider them for me. Anger and lust and other negative thoughts are alarms. Just like a dashboard light in your car, it's wise to see what it is that's triggering these thoughts. Recognize our vulnerability. Today's victory can easily become tomorrow's defeat. As 1 Corinthians 10, verse 12 says, "He who stands, beware lest he fall." Guard your input. Violent or sexually provocative entertainment has an effect and easily leads to regrettable action. Watch your circumstances. Guard against situations which can trigger or entice anger or lust or other negative actions. Consider consequences. What will happen if I indulge the thoughts of my mind? Talk to someone confidentially about your mental inner struggles. Accountability goes a long way in helping to win these mental battles. Above all, rely on God's Spirit. As Galatians 5:16 says, "Live by the Spirit and you will not gratify the desires of the flesh." Self-will is ineffective in winning the battle for the mind because our own strength and resolve is very severely limited. But surrendering to God's Spirit and living in harmony with His Spirit results in great victory. And so as we face this new day, we will most definitely be confronted with mental battles. And may God's Spirit mightily equip and enable us to stand victorious in both our minds and in our actions. So thank you once again for allowing me to share these moments with you at the beginning of this new day. May God bless you.